It's March 13th, and the strange side of history awaits. Today, we have a killer's chilling letter that filled the city with jazz, a hurricane survivor drifting alone in the Pacific, and a deadly cloud rolling into town with explosive consequences. Let's begin. On March 13th, 1919, a chilling message arrived in New Orleans, one that turned the entire city into a midnight orchestra. For nearly a year, an unseen killer, only known as the Axeman, had stalked the city. His victims were usually Italian-American grocers, and in the dead of night he slipped through back doors, attacking families sleeping with axes or tools taken from their own home. Jewelry and money were often left untouched. Whoever he was, robbery did not seem the point. So on March 13th, the letter came. It was published in the newspaper days later. The Axeman mocked the police and promised he would strike again. He wrote at 12:15 a.m. on March 19th he would spare any house where jazz music was playing. Panic swept the city. When the night arrived, New Orleans did something unforgettable. From dance halls to tiny apartments, jazz erupted everywhere. Bands played in clubs, and families blasted music through open windows. The entire city was filled with music, loud, wild, and desperate. And when the clock passed, nobody died. The Axeman vanished soon after that, never to be identified. For one eerie night, the people in New Orleans believed something strange, that music itself might have kept a killer away. On March 13, 2011, 2 days after a powerful earthquake in Japan, rescuers scanned the vast Pacific Ocean, spotting something they could hardly believe. Floating miles from shore, there was the roof of a house, and just days earlier, a massive earthquake had triggered a devastating tsunami that swallowed entire towns, tearing homes from their foundations and carrying them out to sea like driftwood. Somewhere in the chaos, 60-year-old Hiromitsu Shinkaru, when the tsunami struck, the force ripped his home apart and swept him away. But somehow, amidst the wreckage, Shinkawa managed to climb on top of a single surviving piece of the roof. For nearly 2 days, he drifted alone in open ocean. No food, no water, nothing but endless horizon. Search helicopters scanned the debris fields, expecting only to find wreckage, when one of the members noticed movement, a small red cloth waving weakly from a rooftop. It was him. He had survived the earthquake, a tsunami, and 48 hours lost at sea. In a sea filled with wreckage, rescuers nearly missed the only thing that mattered, a man who was still alive. On March 13, 1990, the morning in a small hamlet near North Blenheim, New York, began like any other. Quiet roads, cold air, and a thin white fog drifted slowly through the valley. But it wasn't fog. Just outside the village, a pipeline carrying liquid propane had ruptured. Pressurized fuel escaped and vaporized instantly, forming a pale, ghost-like cloud. Unlike normal mist, this vapor was heavier than air. Silently, it crept down the hill, floating on the road, and then to the town itself. It looked harmless, almost ordinary. A school bus even passed through the village minutes before danger revealed itself. Then something sparked. In an instant, the entire cloud ignited. Witnesses describe a violent flash racing through the streets, fire shooting back to the pipeline like a fuse burning in reverse. Buildings were scorched, windows were shadowed, and the flames roared through the towns in seconds. 2 people were killed, 7 others were injured, and entire sections of the village looked like they had been hit by a flamethrower. The most haunting detail was how normal everything looked, until the supposed fog suddenly became fire. Another day, another strange bite from history. Like, comment, and subscribe. Your next eerie dose is just a day away.